Cool. Just in case you were still messing with this, what I did is in the app CSS, I just had to change the flex direction to column. And I also made the app header, I removed that width property. So now it looks something like this, which is a little better. Um, and I think I did, yeah. So in list of posts.css, flex direction is also set to column, which makes sense. Like the stuff kind of like goes downward, you know what I mean? Posts are kind of like listed, are like going to cascade downward. And then in the individual post detail, if we need more of a left to right direction, we can just set the flex direction there. So enough styling for right now. In here, what we want to do is pass these results to props. So we're going to name a prop called posts and set it to this.state.results. Right? Again, we go into the browser, we double check to make sure that works. Go look at the React DevTools and look at that, and yes, we can confirm that's working. Now would be a better time than any to add and commit our work. Add style sheets, or like add CSS, pass results to list of posts props, and push, right? And then we would do like, let's see here. So now we should go about like mapping over these things in the component and generating, rendering views for them. So for now, let's look at what each of these things has. It's got like a date, it's got a files thing, it's got an owner thing. Let's just try let's just try doing this. So let's say what I like to do is just pick one property at first and then kind of build up the component from there. Let me show you what I mean. So I'm just gonna look at the description because that's like basically the title of each gist, right? So what we're gonna do here is we're gonna return props.posts.map, and for each post, as well as each post's index, we're going to return a div, right, with post.description, and remember to set key equals I so that React doesn't complain. Tack it off with a semicolon. Let's look at what happens. So make sure we don't break anything. Looks like it did break something. You may have returned undefined or some some kind of object it doesn't like. Let's see here. It's an interesting error. What happens when we go back here? Okay. So far so good. What if we do it in here? Props.posts.map and then post I and say return this stuff. And say post.description. Oh, we need to wrap this in a div of some sort. And say key equals I. Make sure there's no errors in the console. Nice. Okay, there's something. Cool, so that's working now. Should have a unique key prop. Okay. Let's make sure that we did that. And we did. Might be complaining because we're not returning a component yet. We'll fix that in a second. But the point is here that we've got, like, you know, some stuff from state showing up in list of posts. We're mapping over all of the posts, and it stands to reason that if we're getting just one property off of the post object, you know, each individual post's description, then we can go about our business like making more stuff, basically. So once you have this working, I would do git add and commit map over posts in list of posts. Okay, now let's actually just extract this logic into post preview, right? And add this here and do post preview.css, right? And then function post preview props return div, and we'll say we're going to have some kind of props, right? And we're okay, let me say this. So post preview is going to be passed a post as a prop. So we'll expect props.post to have the data from the post. And for now, we're just going to render the same thing, props.post.description. So now what we want to do is return post preview and make sure we close it off properly. And so now what we need to do is import post preview from post preview and make sure that key is assigned. That looks good. Last thing I forgot to do is export default post preview. Save those. Make sure there's no errors. So far, so good. And cannot read property description of undefined. So what's that about? Can you guess? Well, it's because I forgot to pass the prop that I named here. So I skipped to step 2, basically. You know, this is trying to get a prop that has not been set, right? So what we'll do, and actually I'm going to start, once I have more than one prop, I usually like to break it onto separate lines just to keep things clean. We're going to say post equals post. Okay. Once we do that, there we go, it works. And there's no more error about not having a unique key prop. So, again, I do that. Once that works, I commit my work, you know, So render post props in PostPreview and push. There we go. All right, so this is coming along pretty nicely already. Let's take a break and come back and talk about anything else that you might find useful as you work on this project.